season, had a great one. And now we're transitioning into Lake Michigan. Me and Captain Joe and a couple buddies are out here doing some scouting. Been finding a few fish. It's a little early, water's a little cold, but that thing's gonna change quickly. Today I'd like to talk to you about our setups. We are fans of track stack equipment. You can look around, you'll see track stack downriggers, rod holders, trees, just good quality equipment. You can use whatever it is you like. I know Canon and a bunch of other companies make good stuff. I'm not trying to say anything negative about theirs. This is just what we like. First, I'd like to talk to you about the downriggers and our setups on the downriggers. You know, we're running a 35-foot boat here, got the width, and so we run 3 riggers. You know, the old school days, they ran 4, 5, 6 of them. We like 3 because then I can put 3 down flashers on them and not have them tangled. My rods, we like Shimano Telluras. We run 8-foot 6s, mediums, a lot, especially for the lake trout. They really seem to have a good sensitivity to them to detect the lighter bites. When we know we're around a lot of big kings, we actually go to the 9-foot mediums. A little bit more stout of a rod, fights them good, but these will definitely catch everything. We run Dakota 600s on our rods. I have everything spooled up with 50-pound test braid. I'm a big fan of braid. I run it on all of my rods as backers and everything. The reason I like the 50-pound braid, one, it cuts the water less. You know, doesn't pull back, make as big of a belly. Durability, you can put 50-pound braid on and leave it on for years. That's fantastic. The other big thing is if you want to change line sizes, you know, if you spool it up with 20 or 25-pound mono, which a lot of guys do, not saying it's a bad thing, it's just what we like. Here, I can change my leader size to whatever it is I want by just tying on another leader. I run, you know, probably 25-foot leaders on everything. I've gone shorter, I've gone longer, but that seems to be our mainstay. You know, for fishing-wise, you know, we do a lot of mixing it up from the salmon, coho, steelhead, lake trout. Today we're kind of trying for a little bit of everything, just seeing what's going on. If I'm really in a hard lake trout program, people that fish with me know this, my 2 corners I will drop down for lake trout, and I will keep my, we call it the shoot rigger, up higher with spoon or flasher fly or whatever I want to put on it, higher in the water column. If we are targeting salmon, you know, pretty exclusively, you know, I'll stagger all 3 of them in a certain water column. You know, maybe have one 40-foot down, one 50-foot down, one 60-foot down, or wherever I'm marking my fish to get it into their face. If we're targeting salmon, but we want to try to catch a couple of lake trout, that's when I'll dedicate my shoot rigger to lake trout. I'll keep my out downs up higher with my spoons, meat rigs, flashers, whatever we're running on them, and I'll drop my shoot rigger down to bottom. So that kind of covers the riggers, pretty basic. These things are really nice and smooth, keypads, auto ups and downs, slow stops. You can even set them to jig. Moving over here, we're gonna go into divers. High diver, low diver. I like the Shimano Tellura rods. I do like this Okuma Big Lake Tournament for a high diver. I like the action of it, but teach is their own. This is a 9-foot Tellura roller rod, which unfortunately is not made anymore. Shimano Dakota 700, spooled up with wire. I like the wire, a little less stretch, gets down good, easy to maintain. The high diver, 10.5 foot, this is the Okuma. Dakota 600, both have line counters so I can adjust my lengths out for however deep I'm fishing. Spooled with 50-pound braid. I run a mix of slide divers or the Dreamweaver divers. I run all the Dreamweaver mag divers on my low divers. I like the longer rod for high diver. As you can see, it reaches out past my low diver. Cuts down on tangles and issues. Going up the rod trees here, you know, 9-foot Tellura mediums, Shimano Dakotas, you know, 7 and 800s, depending on the size of reel I need for how much copper. Do have a couple of Okuma cold waters, but we're in the process of swapping all of those out. We're actually gonna try out some of the new Dakotas this year, the high speeds that they've come out, see if we like them. What I like to do with my rod trees is you stagger all of your depths, but you start, the top rod is always your shallowest, and you go deeper as you go down the rod tree. So today we're not fishing horribly deep. So I have a 50-foot copper, a 100 copper, a 200, and a 300 out. Now, you don't want to put your 300 in between any of those. You'll have tangles with the lines crossing over with fish, or trying to change them out, or just bringing them in. I myself find in my coppers, if I'm running spoons, I can get away with 50-foot increments. I prefer 75, but I do get away with 50s. As you see, I got a 50 and a 100 next to each other. I really like 100-foot increments is my favorite. If I'm running any kind of a flasher, meat rigs, flies, something like that, or actually even I should say plugs, because plugs will dive down a little bit, I like to go 75 to 100 feet increments. I will play around with some 75-foot increments if I'm running a lot of flashers, but I try to go more into the 100-foot increments. So all of my rods, you know, running Morgan's coppers our favorite, but it all works good, whatever you like. 45-pound, 50-pound tests, Power Pro backer. Oh, got a downrigger bounce off. What's nice about these riggers? Type in 100 foot. Hit the auto up button. It'll bring it right where I want it. I ain't got to worry about it. Kind of nice. So, over on the other side here in a second. I'm going to bring it up. Obviously, I'm going to tighten that line back up. Okay, so we're good. So on the other side, right now, we are running lead core. As you can see, I still got some Okumas on here, but those will be swapped out hopefully here in the next week. Sometimes I feel like what I do with my lead cores kind of contradicts what I like to do with my coppers, but I don't know. We make it work. On lead cores today, we are running a 3-color, a 5-color, a 7-color, and a 10-color. That's kind of a standard spread. I may sometimes get rid of the 3-color, move everything up a notch, maybe put a deeper copper down below if I'm trying to get farther down, or 2 of them down. I don't like to mix a copper in between my lead cores. Just kind of confuses things, and you know, you kind of worry about what's going to tangle. I don't like tangles. Nobody does. That's kind of our basic setup. You can look up here on my rod racks. You know, I'm a tackle and rod enthusiast, hoarder, whatever you want to call it. We have coppers starting, and I've got everything organized. We have a rod or 2 mixed in right now because we pulled some stuff out of the way. But I start with a 25 copper, and I've got them going all the way down to here to a 700 copper. And then on the other side with my lead cores, and I'll have a 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 color for getting into a little shallow water if that's the kind of bite that they're in. This is the setup that we like out here. It works out really good. I hope those basic tips will help you not get as many tangles and maybe catch a few more fish along the way. If you like what you see, like it, subscribe it, hit the little bell on there. We're gonna have a lot more stuff coming in the future. Thank you and have a great day.